Welcome inside UCCU Ballpark, this side of the 2023 5A Championship Baseball Series on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us. Our championship matchup, the Timpanogos Timberwolves taking on the reigning 5A champion, Lehi Pioneers. So glad to have you along with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Game 1 tonight, Game 2, and Game 3, if necessary, tomorrow, between the two teams who were running through the 5A state tournament at BYU. Both had to go to an extra game last night to get the wins to punch their ticket here to the 5A title game. And been a lot of fun to be with all of you this week on the 5A tournament. Let's go through the defensive lineup first for Timpanogos. At first base, Billy Bird. Colin Morgan at second. Tyler Hunter at third. And is Tate McGilvray at short. In the outfield is Tanner Morgan in left, Luke Livingston in center, and Landon Young in right. And pitching tonight for Timpanogos is Brighton Tate. And as always on the dish is Caden Harding. Got to see Brighton pitch a couple, I want to say it was 1 or 2 innings a few days ago. So we get a chance to see him now on the hill in full action. And for the Lehi batting order, we'll see McGuire Madsen, Mays Madsen, and Jake Olson due up for Coach Ingersoll and the Pioneers. Well, this is going to be an absolute blast. Lehi and Timpanogos. I'll be the last time I do that. I got some family members watching, and got a nephew who just rolled his eyes. He'll never take his glasses off, so you always get to see that his eyes roll because they're magnified. So here we go. It is McGuire Madsen leading things off for Lehi. A year ago, they took care of business against Olympus here at UCCU Ballpark and took home the state championship. And that first pitch from Tate is off the plate, ball 1. McGuire, the older brother to Mays and Murph, two other members of this team. We'll see Mays in just a moment. The son of Eric Madsen back in the ballpark that he built. Eric Madsen took over the Utah Valley Junior College, UVSC. Went up to UVU and took it from a junior college to a Division I team that had one of the longest winning streaks in the country. Built in a really strong program here at UVU. As that ball found out of play, and Eric now an assistant coach at Lehi. And once upon a time was the manager at CEU when I was a youngster back in Carbon County. So the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to McGuire Madsen. He's had a good week from the plate. And it gets called strike 3. And McGuire retired for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Mays Madsen. Usually those two get on. They wreak havoc on a defense. And the way they both got speed. And they're aggressive and obviously high baseball IQs as that ball is off the plate for ball 1. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike. And the pitch fouled off down the left field line, gets out of play. So 2 strikes here on Madsen. Brighton Tate on the year, 1-1 in 8 appearances. Also has a save to his stats. The 1-2 again spoiled by Mays Madsen. The sophomore Mays Madsen batting .385 with 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 homers. That pitch off the plate. The count goes even at 2-2. And that 2-2 pitch again fouled off. The good hands. To protect, not chase. And now the 2-2 to Matson. Goes the other way, and it will get down. Just got down in front of Tanner Morgan. Going to round first, heading into second. And the tag was not applied. And it's a double for Mace Matson. Umpire right there. So runner in scoring position. As it brings up Jake Olson, the second baseman. Didn't know if we'd see Jake. Jake hurt his arm in the that crazy game against Viewmont 2 nights ago on the pitching mound. He had to come out of the game. Yesterday he was the designated hitter. He's typically the shortstop for the Pioneers. They're going to play second base tonight. So runner in scoring position and 1 out for Olson. As Tate throws a breaking ball, goes the other way. The ball tailing out of play and is foul. It's on the year for Jake Olson, a .402 hitter. Has 26 RBIs. The season series was Timpanogos. Lehi. No, pardon me. Timpanogos took 2 of the 3 games in the regular season, as that's in there for a called strike 2. There was a 6-2 game in the favor of Lehi, and then Timpanogos won 7-2, and then Lehi won 7-2, and then Timpanogos won 9-4. And the 0-2 pitch back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Of course, this region in baseball is absolutely loaded. And we saw Orem, Jordan, obviously Timpanogos, and Lehi all making it to bracket play. As that ball from Olson tailing toward the line. He can't see the ball. The sun's just above the pavilion, and then he had interference there in the rotation, so Matson comes in to score, and Lehi takes a 1-0 lead. Yeah, Hunter got tied up with Matson coming around third base. And so it's an RBI double, as in left field, never saw the ball. Tanner Morgan, the sun is setting. They're starting to come down, so the sun's setting right above the pavilion here at UCCU Ballpark. And that'll bring up the starting pitcher tonight, Jackson Brousseau. Brousseau's had a good week from the plate. He also pitched a gem a couple nights ago, going a complete game. And now the 1-0. And that's off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Grandma Brousseau is watching the stream. Got to see her grandson walk. We had the graduation festivities yesterday for Lehi before their semifinal game. And now the 2-0. Breaking ball in there, called strike. Jackson also an outstanding quarterback and will play at Colorado State University. He was our Mr. Rewind selection for our football coverage. Got his championship belt. As that ball lifted in the right field, the runner going to tag. The catch made by Young. Here comes the throw, be cut off. So advance the runner from second to third as Brousseau retired for the second out of the inning. And I'll bring up Tyson Ellswood, the right fielder. As Ellswood fouls that one off down the right field line. Ellsworth batting .418 on the season with 13 doubles, 18 runs driven in. And now the 0-1. Caden Harding having some issues with his shin guard. And that pitch lifted in the right field. Landon Young is there to bring it in, but a run comes in for Lehi. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It is the Pioneers leading 1-0. You're watching the 5A State Championship Baseball Series. So Tate McGillivray are going to lead things off in the bottom of the first inning. It is Jackson Brousseau, the starting pitcher for the Lehi Pioneers. As there is a ground ball to second base, be handled cleanly, and on the way to first is Olson for the first out of the inning. And a different change for Olson. It is Jake Olson. He was a starting pitcher in Game 1 in last year's 5A Championship Series in a 10-9 win against Olympus. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Luke Livingston, Mr. Timberwolf. As that's in there for a called strike one. Going through the prowess of Luke Livingston, his sophomore year, 1,560 yards receiving on the season. The ball chopped to the third base side. Taken by Willis, quickly over to first. And it's quick, 2 outs here. One thing you're going to learn about Jackson Brousseau, he's a big kid. Not going to try to overpower you with the arm. Going to pitch to contact. Lets his defense work behind him. He's had an outstanding year on the hill. As you mentioned, his pitching performance the other night. Had 5 innings where he retired. He had 5 innings where he retired the side in order. And I had to work it through double play balls and different things like that, but he was able to do it through 5 complete. Brousseau on the year, 8-1 in 10 appearances. A 1.74 ERA. Stays off the barrel of the bat of most hitters. As that brings up Brighton Tate, the pitcher. And Brighton chops this one at the mound, or at the plate. Handled by Olson, not going to be in time. The turf field provides the infield single opportunity, and Brighton Tate's got the speed to get there. So Tate's aboard. And you get a chance to find out what softball players are like. Just slap the ball to the ground, let that turf launch it into the air. That brings up Billy Bird. As Bird looks at ball one. Bird's had an outstanding week from the mound and the plate. He threw a complete game last night. He only gave up 3 hits. Threw 86 pitches to get the win last night. A complete game shutout. As Timpanogos took a second game from Salem Hills 2-0. In fact, he beat Salem Hills twice this week. He's been a base hit and RBI machine for legendary Coach Kim Nelson. Matter of fact, Billy Bird was part of the Last Chance tournament back in 2020. That time we don't talk about. Billy Bird was part of the state championship for Timpanogos then, as they beat Salem Hills in 2 games. Salem Hills was the undefeated team in that tournament. Timpanogos came back and beat them twice on championship day to take the 5A Last Chance tournament title. And the teams are part of that. American Fork actually claims the state championship as they won the 6A side against Riverton in that tournament. As that pitch misses off the plate, and it's ball 4, and that's a 2-out walk. But Timpanogos took that home, and so Kim Nelson was able to add to his resume. As Kim Nelson, legendary coach at Timpanogos, won state championships in American Fork in 1984 and 85, and then went to Timpanogos when the school opened. Won state championship, has won state championships in 02, 04, 05, 08, 16, 17, and won the Last Chance tournament in 2020. As a graduate of Viewmont High School. As Caden Harding, the catcher, looks at ball 1. Matter of fact, had one of his former teammates who'd come to watch Viewmont all week come up and talk to us and teach some of the history. As Caden Harding lifts this one into right field, and Ellswood is over there to retire him for the final out of the inning. Well, Timpanogos threatens but can't push a run across. As we go through one complete, it is 1-0. Lehi leads Timpanogos. You're watching the 5A Championship Baseball Series on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Okay. Yun ang malawa din siya asset sa kapag sito na be alawa kung ginodala.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Bottom of the second inning, top of the second inning, and leading things off for Lehi is Brandon Manukin, the catcher. Manukin hitting .341 for the season. It's in there for a called strike. He's the only baseball player we've seen have the towel. That appeared in the middle of the week this week. As he looks at strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 off the plate. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mnookin is an RBI man here. 32 RBIs on the year for Coach Ingersoll. 6 homers. And the 2-2 off the plate. Ball 3. And the payoff pitch. Swung through, strike 3. The second strikeout of the game for Brighton Tate. As now coming to the plate is Ashton Holbrook. And Holbrook is fisted to center. McGilvray won't get there, so it'll be a Texas League single. He'll take it. Gets a runner on with 1 out. And I'll bring up the third baseman, Braden Willis. Played a good third base this week, is Willis. Looks at ball 1. And now the 1-0 off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. And that pitch in there for a called strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Now to Willis. Now 5 doubles on the year. Hits this one in the left field. Up to end the bat. Morgan still battling the sun. Able to make the catch. The throw to first. Oh, it was going to be interesting just for a second. Brought him up the field. So be 2 outs. Right now, I usually say, hey, get the ball on the ground and see if he can leg him out, like Lou Brown tells Willie Mays Hayes. But right now, hey, hit something in the left field. He can't see the ball. Brings up Bowen Ingersoll. Ground ball left side. McGilvray gets there, goes short way, and got there in time. Tate McGilvray. Quick feet, quick hands. Ends the inning. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's 1-0 Lehi. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Baseball Series on KSLSports.com. So Tanner Morgan going to lead things off. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Looks at strike one. And the 1-0 lifted into center field. Mays Madsen is there. And Madsen puts him away for the first out. That brings up Landon Young, the right fielder. And the 0-1 from Brousseau in there for a called strike one. Landon Young, a .355 hitter on the season. He's played a good right field as well this week. There's the 0-1 from Brousseau. Misses. Moves the count to 1-1. Three doubles, two triples, and a home run on the year for Landon. As that 1-1 is a little shaft shot to right field. It's taken away by Olsen over the shoulder. Pretty play by Olsen. And there's two outs. Olsen's a senior. Ed Larson, I'm surprised he didn't try to talk him into come playing wide receiver. Going to track the ball like that over his shoulder. And that's in there for called strike one. Is at the plate now is Colin Morgan, the second baseman. And the 0-1 in there for called strike two. No balls, two strikes, and two out for the Timberwolves. And the 0-2, no. And the 1-2 misses. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Brousseau. Ground ball back up the middle, and that's going to get through. A 2-out single going to extend the inning from Colin Morgan. That brings up Tyler Hunter. So Hunter, the 9-hole hitter, top the order coming up next. Is out, is bunted back to the screen for strike one. Seen a lot from Tyler Hunter at the plate this week. Through 29 games, a .396 average. 17 hits out of 67 at-bats. Or probably 48 at-bats. As that pitch misses wide, and the count goes a ball and a strike. No doubt this home plate umpire uses out west umpiring gear. Randy Upton. And the 1-1 from Brousseau. That ball fouled back out of play from Hunter. And it moves the count to ball and 2 strikes. And Randy runs out west. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with a runner on first. I'm sure he and Jeff Clough are watching this stream as they're driving to Mesa, Arizona for the JUCO World Series. I watch Salt Lake Community College. And their bid to win the national championship as Brousseau's pitch is spoiled once again by Hunter. He's hanging in tough. So again, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. And a runner on first base. And the 1-2 from Brousseau misses inside. Moves the count to 2-2. Much to the chagrin of the purple-clad Pioneer fans. Behind the dish, it looked like it was inside. And now the 2-2 is spoiled as well. Hunter, they're not going to go down easily. And he said Brousseau doesn't try to overpower you with the fastball. He's just accurate, much like on the football field. It's 75% completion percentage for Jackson Brousseau in the 2 years as a starting quarterback for Ed Larson. And now the 2-2. And Mr. Umpire did not budge. Jackson just curious, hey, what is that as far? Why does it go? Like where are we here? Three balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 out and a runner on first base for the 9-hole hitter Tyler Hunter. The payoff pitch, runner goes, hit well into center field. Matson has a beat on it, and that'll do it for the second inning. We go to the top of the third, and it's Lehi leading 1-0. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Baseball Series.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
I want to thank Heidemann and Associates as always for being the sponsor, the presenting sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind. Call 801-472-7742 and get your free consultation with Heidemann and Associates. A flat rate law firm. You get your living will and trust done. If you have a law case, anything, you go through that consultation. Just don't give you an idea of what it will cost. That's what the budget's going to be to handle your case. Go to Heidemann and Associates, 801-472-7742, or go to utah.law. And leading things off for Lehi in the top of the third inning. We're back to the top of the order. McGuire Madsen. And McGuire takes that 1-0 pitch, and Luke Livingston lost his footing at first, but Luke, such a good athlete, quickly back on his feet to retire Madsen for the first out. And that'll bring up younger brother Mays Madsen. Mays singled and scored in the first inning and is the only run of the game. Fouls that one out of play. That's a comebacker. And a nice catch made there in the stands. And the 0-1 from Madsen lined in the center, or probably left center field. And Madsen is aboard with a 1-out single. The pesky Mays Madsen It's like Wade Boggs, the left-hander, can hit the ball the other way and does it consistently. Or Ichiro did the same thing. Mattson on first base, and he's going to wreak some havoc. Brings up Jake Olson, the second baseman. That one bounced. Mace Mattson has 24 stolen bases on the season for the Pioneers. As Jake looks at ball 2. Olson had an RBI single back in the first inning, scoring Mattson. That was a ball that Tanner Morgan never saw that was hit out there in left field. Chopped the left side. McGilvray got it. Can't go short way. Lost it on the exchange. We'll see if they go error or infield single. Been a tough throw to first to get Olson. So it'll be runners on first and second with one out, and they'll go error. So E6. So the error charge to Tate McGilvray. And that brings up Jackson Brousseau, the starting pitcher, as Brousseau looks at strike 1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Brousseau lifts it in the infield single. And he is retired, or probably infield fly. The batter's out. So now there's 2 away. Been a fun and long week this week calling all the baseball games. Been hanging out at BYU. Had the 5A tournament from bracket play beginning on Monday. There's that ball struck well initially by Ellswood, but it hangs up in the night sky, and it's taken easily in center field by Luke Livingston. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's still 1-0 Lehi here in the 5A State Championship Baseball Series.
Okay. Okay.
You're on my level than you. I spent inside, but the shit gonna be a level.
And welcome back into UCCU Ballpark. If you're looking for something to do, now we're in summer. Graduation's taking place. Kids are looking for things to do, and you're trying to find ways to get them active. Go to UtahJazzCamps.com. Got jazz camps happening all over the state of Utah. Or you can go to the Shoot 360 facility and help your youngster get their sharpen their skills, but I think even nothing else. Get them out being active. UtahJazzCamps.com. As the 1-0 pitch misses, and to count out 2 balls and no strikes as we're back to the top of the order for Timpanogos is Tate McGilvray at the plate. And this one lifted in center field. Mace Mattson coming in on it and is there for the catch. And McGilvray retired for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Luke Livingston. As Livingston looks at ball 1. Luke grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. Chops this one to short. McGuire Matson on the charge. Lets it go. That ball is wide. I think he was there anyway. Ball goes up the line, and Livingston second-guessed himself and is safe. Man, I can't believe he didn't take second base on that. And for McGuire Matson, he's going to be charged with an error. He couldn't get the ball out of his glove. And Matson. Yeah, Livingston's okay. So it's not hurt, just shocked that he didn't go. Must have thought he heard back or something else as he was heading up the line. Made that really interesting. Holbrook really got him. So Brighton Tate at the plate. An infield single in his first plate appearance in the first inning. As Livingston gets back. And now the 0-1 from Brousseau. That pitch lifted down the line and foul. No balls and 2 strikes. But Brighton, a .404 hitter on the year. 3 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. As now the 0-2 pitch. We'll snap back over to first. And the 0-2 miss is wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But again, we'll be back here tomorrow. 1:30 will be the game start time for game 2. 6A will go at 11 o'clock. 5A will follow right after. And if needed, we'll have game 3s of 4 and 7. The 1-2 lifted down the right field line, drifting foul, and will get down. As the count remained a ball and 2 strikes. Last year we had game 3 with AF and Riverton. When Riverton took home their first state championship in school history from baseball. Skyridge will be looking to do the same thing tomorrow in the 6A bracket against American Fork. We're down 6-1 in the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th. Scored 6 runs. A 2-run homer and then a 3-run homer from Ball, leading the way for Skyridge in a Game 1 victory over American Fork. But the Ingersoll brothers once again are coaching on Championship Series weekend. And the 1-2 runner goes behind him. Great piece of hitting there by Brighton Tate, and the hit and run produces the first to third with Luke Livingston. But runners on the corners and 1 out as Brighton Tate, exactly how you draw it up. And easily first to third, Luke Livingston. And that'll bring up Billy Bird. Yesterday, Billy had a single and a run scored in his complete game victory against Salem Hills. Brousseau in a little bit of trouble here, dealing with Bird. Looking for a ground ball to get out of the inning. So you had corners going to be holding at first. Third base is going to play even. Middles are back, playing to the double play ball. Bird, a .333 hitter on the year, 32 runs driven in. And the 0-1 hit well into right field. That ball is going to get down. Bounces off the wall. Here comes Livingston. And rounding third and coming home is Brighton Tate. The throw will be up the line. And Bird takes third on the throw. And Timpanogos takes a 2-1 lead. Billy Bird, just a really good baseball player. Said, hits the ball pitches extremely well, hits the ball well. And now a 2-run double. Takes third on the throw. Brings up Caden Harding. As that's in there for a called strike. Harding flew out to right in his only plate appearance. As that pitch misses the plate. A ball and a strike. And he's able to hang on that one. Count goes to ball and 2 strikes to Caden Harding. Mentioned Harding, been invited to play in the All-Star game at Lindquist Field, one of the great traditions in Utah high school baseball. Go play one of the great parks in all of baseball, Lindquist Field. The 1-2 sharply to Olson. Runner freezes, and Harding retired for the second out of the inning. So Olson with the put out, and that brings up Tanner Morgan. Tanner 0 for 1 today. Got some power. He lifts this one into left center field, and ranging over for the out is Ingersoll, and that will do it for the third inning. But the T-Wolves plate 2 on a hit from Billy Bird, and it's Timberwolves 2, Pioneers 1 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Series.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Top of the fourth inning, Dusty Lister with you. Game 1 of the 5A Championship Baseball Series. And leading things off in the top of the fourth inning is Brandon Manukin, the catcher. Manukin 0 for 1 today. Looks at ball 1 from Brighton Tate. And Manukin fouls that one back to the screen. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Brighton Tate's thrown 47 pitches. Make that 48. Got the game changer up, and always tends to be a little off, and I miss it. But 48 pitches now for Brighton Tate. And the 1-1. Lifted into left field, and it is Tanner Morgan ranging in. Now that the sun's out of the way, Tanner Morgan get a read on the ball. Poor kid. Had a couple balls right at the worst time of the day to be playing left field. But that one was an easy read and catch with the sun completely covered from the playing surface. And now coming to the plate is Ashton Holbrook, the first baseman. That one misses. 1 ball. And now the 1-0. In there for a called strike. Evens up the count. You're good. All right. 1 ball and 1 strike to Holbrook. And the 1-1 is in there for a called strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes to the first baseman. Holbrook has a .378 batting average on the year. Has driven in 32 runs, 11 doubles, and 3 home runs. As the count will stay a ball and 2 strikes off that foul ball. And the 1-2. He fouls that one away. Tate now at 54 pitches. As managing the pitchers is such a big thing here in the state tournament. And the 1-2 breaking ball doesn't find the plate. So count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the 2-2. Lifted out of play once again. So if you've been watching the 6A tournament, I watched 5A stuff. Pitchers are pitching to contact, a lot of foul balls, but the game moves pretty crisply. That's what we've seen all week long. We've had fast games. And the one outlier was Viewmont Lehi. As there's that ground ball back up the middle. McGilvray with it on the way to first in time for the second out of the inning as Holbrook retired 6-3. But the Viewmont Lehi game was 3 hours plus. Some of that was the 6th-run 7th. The other part, we had some confusion with an interference play. We had a pitcher. We were talking about Olsen getting hurt. We had some interesting things that held up and lengthened that game out with some delays, as that's in there for a called strike 1. As Brady Willis steps in, and if anybody's wondering, that interference play was accurate. At the time I missed it, gone back and watched it. It was absolutely accurately called. As that ball lifted into shallow right field. And going over to making the catch is Colin Morgan. And a quick inning here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is Timpanogos looking to extend their lead, leading 2-1 in Game 1 of the 5A Championship Series.
Okay. Okay. I think it. You're on my level, then shoot. I step inside, so I can shit through. Gonna be a level. We know that.
And welcome back to UCCU Ballpark. And it's Landon Young leading things off in this half of the inning. Timpanogos took the lead last inning Now looking to build on it as Landon looks at ball one. And the 1-0 lifted into right center field. Ellswood going a long way to go get it, and it got it. Nicely done. Ellswood got a beat on the ball and able to bring it in. It's a deep part of the ballpark. He's playing at the shallow part, has run one of the deepest parts to get that ball. He got a good jump on that off the bat, and that's going to bring up Landon Young, the right fielder. As that ball chopped to third base side off the glove of Madsen. And that's going to put Young on the base paths. So 1 out single, and then the ball gets away from Holbrook. It's going to advance the runner to second. So an infield single and then a throwing error. You're going to put Young in scoring position. As that bunt is fouled off, count go 0-1. And Hunter's first at bat, he flew out to center, but not before he really worked up the pitch count here on Jackson Brousseau. As it's an 0-1 count, and that ball chopped foul down the third baseline. Brousseau now to 52 pitches. No balls and 2 strikes to Hunter. Top of the order coming up behind him. Tate McGillivray. Base runner's got to freeze on a line drive. Got to see the ball through the infield. He does not have to advance on the ball to the third base side as well. To remember, as there's a check swing, able to hold up, so it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Tyler Hunter. And now the 1-2. Called strike 3. Got the outer half. And there's 2 down. That is the first strikeout of the ball game for Jackson Brousseau. And that goes to the top of the order and Tate McGillivray. McGillivray 0 for 2, grounded out to third and flew out to center. But can pick up an insurance run. As he looks at strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Tate McGillivray. The 0-1 from Brousseau goes to the right side. That ball looks like it's going to get down, and it will. And that's going to play it another run for Timpanogos. Tate McGillivray goes the other way and increases the lead 3-1. And now that brings up Luke Livingston. So runner on second base and 2 outs. And now a 2-run lead for the Timberwolves. As this ball lifted into center field, Mays Matson going back. That ball still carrying. Matson, oh, he makes the catch over the shoulder. No, he didn't. He did not catch it. Livingston rounds second, heading into third. And he'll stand up with an RBI triple. As it looked like for a moment from where I'm sitting that Matson made that catch. And he comes up a little lame. Going full speed back on that ball. It's now 4-1 Timpanogos. Mays had the same situation earlier. I was on Monday with Luke Jacobs. He plays a pretty shallow center field because he's got speed. And Jacobs hit a ball to the warning track where Mays had it in his glove and it came out and hit the ground. Eerily similar to what we just saw. And Eric Matson's going to come out and have a little chat with Jackson Brousseau as Luke Livingston got a hold of that ball. That's center field is deep here. Dead center is 408 feet. Left center 427. He hit that ball dead center. I mean, we've been playing at BYU all week. It was 402 dead center. We want to remind you we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Game 2 of 6A Championship Series. They'll be followed by Game 2 of this series. And if needed, we'll play, I believe it'll be around 4:30. And then if we have to play 2 Game 3s, we'll play at 7 o'clock. And we'll be crowning 2 champions tomorrow. It brings up Brighton Tate. Tate singled and scored last inning. This ball to the right side. Olsen on the charge. Over to first in time. But 2 extra base hits are the difference right now. As Timpanogos plates 2 more off of a double, RBI double from Tate McGilvray and an RBI triple from Luke Livingston. And we go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's 4-1. Timpanogos leading Lehi. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Series. So Bowen Ingersoll going to lead things off in the top of the 5th inning. Ingersoll reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. And then the top of the order behind him. So 9-1-2 due up for Coach Ingersoll and Lehi. As he looks up, strike 1. Brighton Tate holding Lehi down to 1 run. Impressive. As Ingersoll a little off balance, fouls that one to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. And now the 0-2 pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A ball chopped the third base side. That's taken in front of the bag. And the throw across is handled by Bird. Whew. Nicely done there by Billy Bird. As that kind of handcuffed Hunter. As that ball lifted in the left field, and Tanner Morgan comes over to make the catch. And it brings up Mays Matson. As Mays looks at ball one. And that misses. Ball two. Mays got two singles and a run scored. Both singles have been to the left side. Livingston playing him to the left side. As that's in there for called strike one. And I think Mays is frustrated. I think he probably thought he could have lifted that one to the other way. Two balls and one strike to Mays Matson. As Tate's pitch roped to right, and it's going to get down. Down in front of Landon Young, and it's another single for Matson as he goes two singles to the left side and then a line drive into right field. And that brings up Jake Olson, the second baseman. And there for a called strike. No balls, one strike. Strike two in there. Olson, an RBI single in the first, reached on a throwing error in the second, or probably in the third. And now the 0-2. The ball lifted out of play. He's got 12 doubles on the year, 3 triples and 2 home runs. Just 305 down the line to left field. And the 0-2 pitch lifted out of play. Is Tate now at 72 pitches. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And a runner on first. Runner goes. A ball lifted on the infield. Matson needs to get back to first. Oh, no, probably 2 outs. Wow. We're all over the place. Nice play at the screen by Caden Harding. Gives a look to Papa Ken on his way to the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's Timberwolves 4, Lehi 1. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Baseball Series.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
And I'll bring up Billy Bird, the bottom of the 5th inning. Bird had a 2 RBI double his last time up. Fouls that one out of play. And now the 0-1 from Brousseau. Again, early on it. So sped the bat up there. See if Jackson tries to go inside on the 0-2 pitch. See where Mnookin decides to set up here. No balls and 2 strikes to Bird. They are going to try to come up and in. And misses. 1 to Bird, up 0-2. Let's see if they go breaking ball down and away. Again, elevate the fastball, and Bird able to get to it. And Bird puts that one out in the right center field, and he's going to turn for second, and he'll get in. Billy Bird is safe at second with a leadoff double. That ball caught too much of the plate, and Bird takes advantage. So runner in scoring position already here for the Timberwolves, looking to extend the lead. And it brings up Caden Harding. And Bird gonna get a pinch runner, maybe get his wind underneath him. That's a hard slide to second base. So speed up runner comes in, and he'll enter back. He'll re-enter into the game. And a quick little conversation at the mound. Gives us a chance to remind you that if you need any legal help, you got any questions, you want to know how much a living will and trust will take to get your family secure and all this stuff so that everything's lined down in case of anything crazy that happens in life. Or if you just got questions about a law thing that you think you might have a case, go to our friends at Heidemann Associates, and they will take care of you. Get a free consultation. Just call 801-472-7742 or go to utah.law. Find the law office nearest you, and let Heidemann Associates take care of you. And, of course, two Utah County schools watching this. His office right across the street from Riverside Golf Course. Go hit some balls on the driving range and go talk to your lawyer at Heidemann and Associates. Harding with the slash and pulled it foul. Caden's done a nice job on the dish this week. And he has been retired both times up. Flew out to right, grounded out to second. And now Eric Mattson come out and have a conversation. It might be probably wants to talk over the slash bunt and crashing and everything else, especially after showing that stuff that catches you off guard sometimes. Eric wants to make sure everyone knows where they're supposed to be. Again, Eric Mattson, one of the baseball legends in the state of Utah. If you don't know him, you should know him. Talk about coached here at UVU for over 20 years. Was at the College of Eastern Utah. Built a solid junior college program and left CEU to come up to UVSC and took him into all the growth here at UVU, becoming UVU and getting in the WAC. Bunch of All-Americans, including Goose Kalunky, former Orem Tiger. But his run ended here at UVU. Took a job at Lehi and has been helping out Coach Ingersoll. Won a state championship last year as assistant coach. And his boys have been great athletes in the state of Utah. His son Mick Maddox, quarterback up at the school up north that plays on the blue turf. As Brousseau going to go to third with it in time. And the runner retired. That's exactly what we're talking about. And if you're a runner if you're a runner at second base, you do not have to go. With not a runner at first, you do not have to run to third on contact. I know that's what the bunt is, but obviously it could have been on as well. But you don't have to take it. You can induce the throw and then take it. But typically on the bunt, that's what you're going to be doing. So heads up play there by Jackson Brousseau as that bunt came back a little stronger than probably wanted to. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Timpanogos. And the pinch hitter is number 11, is Jackson Sotelo. Hitting for Tanner Morgan. We saw Sotelo earlier this week come in a pinch run or pinch hitting situation. Got a sacrifice fly, I believe it was. So Harding's aboard on the fielder's choice. As Sotelo lifts this one into left field. And Ingersoll said he made the catch and he dropped it on the exchange to throw it in. So always get a bit of a rise. So that'll be the second out of the inning. So it'll be 2 outs and a runner on first. As that brings up Landon Young. Oh, breaking piece foul back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Great crowd on hand tonight here at UCCU Ballpark, which we tend to always have on state championship weekend. You know, lately it's tended to be a predominantly Utah County dominated weekend. All 4 schools participating are from Utah County. Last year we had 2 and 2. It was Lehi versus Olympus, and then American Fork versus Riverton. But it's always fun to have the crowds. As that pitch misses wide, they count even at a ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike. There's a snap back over to the courtesy runner that's on for Caden Harding. Is Landon Young at the plate today. Is flown out to shortstop, which was a great play by Olson, and then flew out to right. His last at bat. Snap back over again. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner goes and fouled off at the plate. Moves the count to ball and 2 strikes. So Landon Young, a .355 hitter on the year. So good bat at the plate. 13 RBIs. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. As that ball to the right side is going to get down. And going from first to third is the courtesy runner. So runners on the corners and 2 outs. It's Dylan McWhirter, the speed up runner. And it's Colin Morgan out the plate. And they've done Timpanogos did a great job of staying back on Brousseau and taking him the other way. Some of these extra base hits have been to the right side, right field, right center field. That ball inside. Umpire not granting time. We've got to learn in this game twice now. As that pitch is in there for a called strike. That in baseball, you are requesting time. You don't get to call it. You request it. The umpire is in complete control of the situation. We've had it twice. See kind of that hand come up. The umpire, nope, you're staying in. There's a 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on the corner. Brousseau, little bender, chop to the third base side, taken by Willis, gathers, fires in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So T-Wolves getting some more pressure on Brousseau, but he's able to hold him off and keep him off the plate. But as we go to the top of the 6th inning, it is Timpanogos 4, Lehi 1. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Baseball Series on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot after inside. But shit, gonna be allowed.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
So leading off the top of the 6th inning is Jackson Brousseau, as he will try to help his Pioneers. They got 2 at-bats to make up the 3-run difference. As that one is inside for ball 1. Now 1-0, lifted well into left field. That's got a chance. And it is gone. A solo shot for Jackson Brousseau. The first home run of the 5A tournament comes to Jackson Brousseau, and it's a solo shot. And the score now 4-2. We saw in Game 1 of the 6A tournament where a home run home run sparked the offense of Skyridge, and I think now we're going to have a conversation about the celebration or something. I'm not sure what the conversation's about. Could it be about the pony? And that's what it was about. Can't bring anything on the can't bring anything on the field. I'm sure it's what it was. So that brings up Tyson Ellswood. And Ellswood looks at ball 1. And you feel some life being breathed back into the Lehi dugout. As Brighton Tate's done an outstanding job of holding down this offense. As that ball off the plate, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And that misses as well. So the count goes to 3-0. Tate now to 77 pitches. And that is off the plate, ball 4. So put a runner on with no outs. And that's going to bring out Coach Nelson to come have a conversation. So here's the situation, what happened with theirs. The props cannot leave the dugout. If it comes out of the, so if this pony you saw comes out of the dugout again, whoever brings it out, they'll be removed from the game. So that's what the conversation was with the umpires talking to the Lehi coaching staff. So that brings up Mnookin. With the runner on first base and no outs, Mnookin takes ball 1. You have to know with Lehi and how good this lineup is, how good this team is, and experience, about being the reigning 5A champions. They weren't going to go quietly into this one. So the game time runs at the plate. As Mnookin grounds this one to short, a chance for 2, 6, 4, 3, double play. McGillivray to Morgan, turning it to Bird. And it's 2 outs and nobody on. And that's the thing when you're pitching. Talking about having a short-term memory. Come back. Hey, guys on. Hey, stay calm. Come out, get the ground ball. Let's take care of this. And that's exactly what Timpanogos did as that ball misses inside to Holbrook. Holbrook 1 for 2 today. Livingston shading him to the right side just a little bit. As that ball lifted in a shallow right field, and it is Morgan going out there to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. It's a solo home run from Jackson Brousseau, and it's a 2-run game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Game 1 in the 5A Championship Series on KSLSports.com. As there's a leadoff single, Tyler Hunter takes the first pitch from Holbrook, who's replaced Jackson Brousseau at the mound. into right field, and the leadoff man is on as we go to the top of the order for Timpanogos. So that brings up Tate McGilvray. As Tate turned to the bunt, goes off the foot of Mnookin. And that's going to advance the runner to second base. So now McGilvray on the day. Went down on strikes in the first, flew out to center in the third, flew out to left last inning. Pardon me. He grounded third, flew out to center, had an RBI double his last time up. Looking at the wrong side of the book. Apologize. That swing puts a count a ball and a strike. He had the RBI double last inning. A ball chopped back up the middle, going to advance the runner to third. Madsen over to first in time to retire McGilvray, who advanced the runner and does the job he was trying to do with the bunt. But he got two bags out of that at bat for the runner with the pass ball. And that brings up Luke Livingston. Livingston had the RBI triple his last time up. And that's in there for a called strike. The 0-1 lifted into left field. Ingersoll comes in. Here's the play at the plate. They cut it off. I don't know if that's a miscommunication between Willis and Mnookin. That ball's not cut off. Ingersoll guns him down at the plate. But as it is, it's a sacrifice fly, and an insurance run comes in for Timpanogos. So there are two outs and nobody on here for Brighton Tate. The ball chopped to the right or first base side. Brousseau to Holbrook, and that'll do it for the inning, but the insurance run comes across for Timpanogos. As we go to the top of the seventh, Lehi looking to extend the game. They got to score 3 runs. You're watching Game 1 of the 5A Championship Series on KSLSports.com. So it is Braden Willis leading things off here in the inning. And a 1-0 pitch lifted to the right side. And it is Landon Young waiting on it for the first out of the inning. And now Moen Ingersoll coming to the plate with one out. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Pioneers. Trying to get somebody on to get to as they get to the top of the order. And it's the Madsen boys. Jake Olson. It looks at ball one, or probably ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Ingersoll. The 2-0 pitch in there for called strike one. And now the 2-1. In there for called strike two. McGuire Madsen's on deck. Love to have a runner on for him. Tate bounces pitch number 90 on the evening for him. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on. And then the payoff pitch lifted out of play. The ball chopped to the third base side and foul. And now chopped to short. McGillivray up with it over to first in time. And now 2 outs and 1 out away from taking game 1 in this best of 3 series. And it's the top of the order for Lehi. And it's McGuire Madsen going to single this ball into center field and keeps the game alive. So McGuire's aboard for the first time. And that brings Mays Madsen, the center fielder. And then it's Olson on deck. And that's in there for a called strike. Behind Olson is Jackson Brousseau with the solo home run last inning. McGuire just off of first base. The 0-1. In there for called strike two. Mays is 3 for 3 tonight with 3 singles. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right. The 96th pitch of the evening for Brighton Tate. Lifted into center field, and Luke Livingston is there, and he's got it. And game 1 goes to the Timberwolves. Brighton Tate goes a complete game. 96 pitches, only surrendering 2 runs to this high-powered Lehi offense. And the offense of Timpanogos. Tate McGillivray with the double. It was Livingston with the triple. And our players of the game, the Hyndman Associates players of the game, we're going to go Brighton take complete game. Did an outstanding job, only allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. Did a terrific job. And offensively for Timpanogos, we're going to go with Livingston and McGillivray. It was the double and triple that really set this game apart. Livingston ended up with 2 RBIs and a run scored. And then the RBI and a run scored for Tate McGillivray. And actually, we'll go with 3-headed monster on this. Billy Bird as well had that 2-run double earlier in the game, back in the 3rd inning. But game 1 goes the way of the Timberwolves. Get our final score. Timpanogos 5, Lehi 2. Game 2 tomorrow afternoon right here on KSLSports.com. For Vince Francis, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A Championship Baseball Series on KSLSports.com.